2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 28th of September, and it's National Good Neighbour Day. And a big happy birthday to Hilary Duff, Kevin McLeod, Gillian McKeith, and Naomi Watts. The first few weeks of Liz Truss's leadership are really not going well, as the fall in the pound caused by the mini-budget continued to cause economic chaos on Tuesday. With predictions that the Bank of England may have to significantly hike interest rates to possibly 5.5% or even 6%, mortgage lenders have withdrawn products, with HSBC and Santander amongst the biggest. Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting has appealed directly to mortgage lenders.
I appreciate the Conservatives have made your job so much harder. I appreciate you need to revise the products that you're offering consumers as far as you can. Remember the fact that just over a decade ago that the country helped financial services out of the massive black hole they've dug themselves into. Please do your best to look after consumers at this time.
But Tory MP Andrew Bridgen says the Bank of England is to blame here.
I personally think the Bank of England, they are independent, but they're not unaccountable. I think the Bank of England have let us down badly by not putting interest rates up last year and perhaps being slightly asleep on the job.
Meanwhile, former political correspondent of the Daily Telegraph, Peter Oborne, was busy making some pretty grim predictions.
And I dare say people will start to start talking about a national government. It may be that the IMF will have to come in and bail Britain out. I mean, this is the sort of situation we are now in.
On Tuesday, Sir Keir Starmer set out his vision for Britain under a Labour government during his speech on the last day of the Labour Party conference. He promised a brighter economic future under his leadership whilst attacking the Conservatives' management of the UK economy. Starmer said Labour must build a fairer, greener and more dynamic nation. The Labour leader also unveiled plans to create a renewable energy giant.
So we will set up Great British Energy within the first year of a Labour government. A new company.
And best of all, he had a pledge that might make Britain breathe a little easier.
And because it is right for jobs, because it is right for growth, because it is right for energy independence from tyrants like Putin, then yes, conference, Great British Energy will be publicly owned.
Ukraine has accused Russia of causing leaks in 2 major gas pipelines to Europe in what it described as a terrorist attack. They said the damage to Nord Stream 1 and 2, which appeared to be caused by underwater blasts, was an act of aggression towards the EU. It comes as Russian-installed officials have announced the preliminary results of their referendums in occupied Ukraine, showing an overwhelming majority in favour of the regions joining Russia. Audio from one of the count centres makes clear how the result came out at 98% yes.
За. Yes. За. Yes. За. Yes. За. Yes. За. Yes.
Both Kyiv and the West have denounced these so-called referendums as a sham. Meanwhile, in Russia, citizens are continuing to flee the country after Putin's mobilisation. There are reports of Russians paying up to £25,000 for seats on private jets to Turkey and Armenia in an attempt to escape conscription. And it's no surprise, one Russian officer gave an insight into what the new recruits can expect.
It should all be yours, boys. All the army provides you with is uniforms and armour. There is nothing else. We equipped our men with our own forces.
A little further afield, in infinite space and time, NASA's been celebrating after they successfully smashed a spacecraft the size of a vending machine into an asteroid the size of Wembley, 7 million miles from Earth.
And we have impact a giant leap for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
The collision was designed to test whether space rocks that might threaten Earth could be nudged safely out of the way. The Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, is the first ever trial of a planetary defence system. The last image from the collider showed the surface of the asteroid Dimorphos seconds before impact. Dr. Ralph Semmel spoke about NASA's DART mission at the wonderfully named Post-Asteroid Impact News Briefing.
For the first time, humanity has demonstrated the ability to autonomously target and alter the orbit of a celestial object.
Still to come on the Smart 7, a Strictly star with 2 left feet and an exciting night for Scottish football. Right after this. Welcome back. Tuesday night saw the final games of the current round of the Nations League wrap up with Croatia, Italy and the Netherlands already through to next year's finals. The Republic of Ireland took on Armenia in Dublin in a bid to stay in League B and managed to win 3-2 to stay up. Spain beat Portugal to secure a place in the finals, while Scotland managed a goalless draw away to Ukraine, which was enough to win them the group and earn promotion to League A. Player John McGinn was delighted by the result for his team.
It's our second best ever 0-0 win. It was brilliant that we knew what was at stake tonight. We knew the prizes that we could get. Huge for us to be in pot 2 for the Euro 2024 draw and up against the elite in the Nations League, which is huge for everyone moving forward.
Strictly Come Dancing star Richie Anderson hasn't always been a success on the dance floor. He's been doing the cha-cha with the same-sex dance partner Giovanni Pernice on the show, but the radio personality said that's not always been the case. He's been discussing his tap lessons as a child and said they didn't always quite go to plan.
I had to borrow my cousin's Gemma's tap shoes, so I had the girls' tap shoes with a buckle over the front, and I went for about 7 lessons, and they compared me to Bambi on ice. So I stopped, and now I'm doing Strictly. I wish I'd have carried it on.
Jeff Bridges fans rejoice for the long-awaited series The Old Man, starring the man himself, alongside John Lithgow and Amy Brenneman, hits UK screens on Wednesday. Far more interesting than the name suggests, The Old Man centres on Dan Chase, played by Jeff Bridges, who absconded from the CIA decades ago and has been living off the grid ever since. When an assassin arrives to try and take Chase out, he learns that to ensure his future, he must now reconcile his past. British audiences can stream the riveting new drama on Disney+, and here is a little taster.
The U.S. government, which he's dedicated his life service to, turned its back on him.
In Afghanistan during the Soviet invasion, they called him the beast to eat everything.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.